Hi, this is Brigham from Young Champions Photos. Today I'm going over our new green screen setup. Now years ago we did use green screen, but because of a lot of issues we changed our backdrop to plain gray. Now we're trying it again, this time using much improved lighting, improved posing, and only for karate. We may try using green screen for cheerleading in the future, and if you're feeling brave, you're welcome to try it, but I recommend against it, and I'll go over why in just a little bit. As you can see, compared to the borders we used in the past, replacing the green background with an image makes a big difference. This should excite parents, students, and it should increase your sales. However, there is a trade-off. You have to be prepared to shoot with a green backdrop. An inadequate setup will make you wish you had the old gray backdrop. To help ensure smooth operation, I'll go over everything step by step, including materials, lighting, shooting, and safety. I'll do a separate video for setting up borders in Express Digital and preparing photos for print. I highly recommend you set up everything before going to class to iron out any wrinkles, and especially before shooting at a large location. Safety has to be a high priority. With the extra lights, you have to be careful not to have cords lying where the students can trip on them. These lights can also be very hot and pose a safety hazard just from touching them. I'll start off by going over materials needed in addition to your normal photo equipment. You'll need blue belts in various sizes. You'll need blue painter's tape because duct tape will leave a residue on the floor. You'll need spring clamps, a white balance card, a clean cloth to wipe off dirt from the green screen, and extra extension cords and a power strip. Now the first thing to learn about green screen is the lighting. Bad lighting will be the cause of most of your problems. Shadows cast on the backdrop will cause a lot of headaches, so your number one priority is to eliminate them. Try to have consistent, evenly lit area in the background. The reason is simple. Anything that isn't green or even slightly green will stay in the image. At some locations, you may have lights or a window behind the backdrop, as you can see behind Seth. If at all possible, be sure to set up an area where this can be avoided. Otherwise, when I replace the background, the area where the light bleeds through is still present. Unlike our previous use of green screen, we now use two sets of lights. One set is dedicated solely to the backdrop. Use a separate set of lights for the student. Compact fluorescents are for the backdrop, halogen lights for the student. We have tested using all compact fluorescents for both the students and the backdrop, but a mixed setup seems to be the most effective. I highly recommend you do not use 4 sets of halogen lights. These lights use a lot of energy and can cause a trip circuit even in newer schools. If possible, use as many separate outlets as you can to prevent this. These halogen lights are also adjustable. One light is used as the main light, which is much brighter, and one is the fill light, which is a little dimmer. If desired, you can use one or more lights from behind or above at lower settings. Be sure your halogen lights are not casting shadows on your backdrop. You may need to set them a little to the sides to prevent issues. Use the spring clamps to pull the cloth taut. You'll want to eliminate wrinkles in the screen, creating a flat background. Remember, shadows, even small ones, caused by folds in the cloth can show up in your image. Have the end of the screen slope towards the camera a few feet. Next, tape down the edges of the screen to prevent slipping. Place an X on the floor where students need to stand. This will help them not to step on the green screen. Be sure to get a good white balance at every new location. If shooting class photos, your lights will change, so I usually set the camera to auto and use the flash. For regular photos, I use shutter priority and try avoiding the flash. There are times though when flash may help, especially on green screen. For this video, I won't go too much into how to use the white balance or the camera settings. There are plenty of other videos that cover those online, but I do recommend being comfortable with using them as they can help your pictures come out much cleaner and make the green easier to remove. Aperture priority is also an option, as a blurred background may help eliminate small shadows. Be sure to use a tripod, especially if you are slowing down the shutter speed. It may help to turn off image stabilizer on your lens when it is mounted to the tripod. Also, remember to turn autofocus on after taking a white balance. Be sure to take your white balance in the exact same spot where the students will stand, and the lighting should be exactly how it is with the normal photos. If a student has a green belt or a belt with a green stripe, they need to change it out for the blue belt. Be sure to have a few various sizes handy for multiple students. In the past, when we used green screen, we did shoot full body. Lighting became a big issue as the area around the feet had a lot of shadows. To eliminate the problem, we now only shoot from around the knees up. You can take your initial photo further back, but the print should not have any feet in it. This is also the reason we don't plan on using green screen with cheerleading photos, As you can see, there will be a lot of issues with shadows, and reflective pom-poms will pick up the green screen. Other issues to look out for are blonde hair, which can't pick up the green from the background, and students who wear green t-shirts or clothes. Let them know that they'll become invisible if they insist on wearing them. I've gone over a lot of material and covered a lot of different things for green screen, but again, safety is our top priority. Halogen lights will get very hot, the cords are a tripping hazard, even the camera tripod can be dangerous. Always watch the students around the equipment, never let students in the area who are not getting their photo taken. I hope this video helped explain the basics of green screen. If you have any questions, feedback, or ideas, please feel free to email me at the link below. This is Brigham Kerr for Young Champions, hoping you have a great semester of photos.